Here's the inner harbor at Elfin Cove.
He's very friendly.
Bringing in their catch. What'd you catch?
Dinner for the barbecue.
All right. Elfin Cove. We've got the boardwalk from the outer harbor to the inner harbor. We had to pause for a dog break there. Fun, all these boat seats where you can sit down and enjoy and look over the inner harbor. Bit foggy today. Can you find the hidden gnomes at Elfin Cove? They have their own little community.
Good morning. We're leaving Elfin Cove and headed to Glacier Bay National Park for 4 days. We just went through South Indian Pass, which you need to be careful with current against wind. It can get pretty treacherous, but we had a current in our back and not much wind this morning, so it was really nice. We got a very low ceiling cloud cover this morning, but hopefully it'll lift. And we're looking forward to 4 days in Glacier Bay National Park. Should see a lot of glaciers, fun wildlife. Should be fun for everybody except for Goose. Goose has to stay on the boat. It's national National Park is not allowed to go to land. So, looking forward to it. We spent 3 days in Glacier Bay National Park. Very wonderful park, awesome scenery, glaciers, etc. We started off by checking in at Lamplugh Cove, and then we anchored in South Sandy Cove, and then we explored the east arm of Glacier Bay, and we saw the Reid Glacier and the Muir Glacier. And then we transitioned to the west side of Glacier Bay, and we saw the Reid Glacier, and we were going to anchor there. We didn't, and then we anchored off of Russell Island. And then the next day we headed up the west arm, and we saw the Grand Pacific Glacier and the Margerie Glacier. And then we saw the John Hopkins Glacier, and on the way we saw the Lamplugh Glacier. And then we anchored in Lamplugh Cove for the night of ending our journey. Great experience. Tons of wildlife, sea lions, otters, etc. Just an incredible 3 days.
Nice dock at the check-in center. Visitor information where the orientation will be for Glacier Bay. We got our orientation at noon coming up. Here's the left side of Muir Inlet. In the front, got the glacier ahead of us there. And this is the east arm of Glacier Bay. And the right side. Cruising by Reid Glacier.
Getting closer to the Muir Glacier. Mountains are beautiful. The west arm of Glacier Bay National Park is spectacular tonight.
Absolutely beautiful. These mountains cruising up the west side of Glacier Bay. It's just breathtaking watching these mountains unfold as we come up.
There's no cabbing going on. We can get nice and close to this glacier.
We're considering anchoring here in Reid Inlet, but we've got 20 miles an hour wind coming off the glacier at the end, so we may reconsider. Goodbye, Reid Glacier. The winds are increasing in here, and so we're going to go check out another spot. Oh, after looking at another anchorage that was full, we are on the tip of this island. So our anchorage tonight has a beautiful view. We've even seen a few icebergs floating by. Good morning in Glacier Bay. We're getting ready to leave where we anchored. Maybe it was an anchorage, maybe not, but it worked great last night. It was quiet, no wind, and we're getting a great start. Jump up to the Grand Glacier up here. Absolutely beautiful this morning. Quick hi from Gooser. Hi, Goose. Lots of icebergs, and we just heard a big boom, so the Marguerite up here on the left, or Margie, might be calving. Margerie Glacier. Hearing some boomings. And in front of us, we're going to have the Grand Pacific. The front looks pretty dirty, so I don't think any calving's going on there.
Right, I'm going to spin this, then I'll be right out.
Okay. Spinning around. What a beautiful day. Just leaving the first glacier, and good timing as the first cruise ship has just arrived. Doing a little ice chip dodging. Get any more or any bigger, I'll get out the broom or pole and start pushing them away. Wouldn't be the first time.
Look at Susie working hard to push the icebergs out of the way. Very pretty setting for a glacier, surrounded by glacier mountains, snow-covered mountains. There's the glacier, John Hopkins. Beautiful scenery all around.
Cheers for the Mukilteo Yacht Club! Woohoo! John Hopkins Glacier.
Woohoo!
Made it. Later from the Phoenix. Looks like we got a good path out. Right through there.